Hi gang, this is Mike G from Mr. G TV, coming to you live and interactive on the Mr. G TV YouTube channel. And I've really got no idea who's going to join me, but people tend to watch this in the replay. But I just wanted to come on this afternoon, and it's the 6th of January, so we're still in that sort of like New Year vibe, hopefully. And I think it's really important at the moment, with so many things going on in the world, to get control of ourselves and to collect our thoughts and to audit how well we're doing. So let me ask you, how well are you doing? Now, there's nobody joining me live at the moment because this was unscheduled, but if you want to talk to me, you can put your comments in the comments box and I will answer, or you can email me at mike@mrmikegarner.com and I will answer. I'm here for you. I'm here to help. My tagline is, I'm here to help you overcome the obstacles that stand in the way of your health, happiness, and success in life and business. So let's just look at those statements. First of all, here to help. How can I help? Well, I've been working in transactional analysis, psychotherapy, and hypnotherapy for over 20 years, but I've been working with energy and consciousness for over 40 years. And my journey is varied. You can follow me on my Mr. Mike Garner Facebook channel, see my life, and also Michael Garner. Mr. Mike Garner's my brand, Michael Garner's my name, and I've got nothing to hide. There's been ups and downs in my life, and I've learned through it all. You can probably hear that lizard now. I'm currently in Thailand. I'm a Manchester lad who lived 30 years in North Wales. And happiness is subjective. Health is subjective. Success is subjective. And only you can dictate how happy you're going to be, how healthy you're going to be, and how successful you're going to be. And I've been helping people achieve their dreams. A lot of people goal set, but so few goal get. When I was a young boy, a lot of people wanted to own a chip shop. Want a chip shop or a bed and breakfast. That was sort of like the vogue thing to do in the 60s. Hard work. People liked the idea, but they didn't necessarily understand that it involved hard work. Most of the things that I suggest to people is easy, it's simple, but it takes dedication. Yesterday I made a presentation about the 5 Ds of change, and the last 2 were the toughest, which was determination and discipline. A lot of people lack the discipline and determination to goal get. The goal set, but they don't goal get. It's what I call striving but not arriving. Well, the good news is that if you change your mindset, you'll change your goal set. With a winner's mentality, you'll find yourself winning more, losing less, achieving more, being happier, healthier, and far more successful. Because we live a thought life, and if you can sort your thoughts out, you generally can sort your life out. So as I say, auditing yourself and knowing where you are today on the 6th of January, or whatever date it is that you view in this presentation, is a really powerful thing to do. Just know where you are. It's like taking an inventory. What are your finances like? What possessions have you got? What possessions do you want? What sort of income do you want to earn? What's your health like? And what can you do to improve your health? And what can you stop doing that's making your health deteriorate? What are your relationships like, and how much responsibility are you taking for your part in your relationships? There's lots of things that I can recommend that you do practically, but most of it I would suggest is what I call the inner work. Inner work is changing your perceptions, your thoughts, and your personality, working on your personality. Your personality on the 6th of January 2022 is different from your personality yesterday, depending on what side of bed you got up on, what your attitude's like, what your mood's like. What's your state of mind like today? And what was it like last year? What was it like the year before? We tend to go in waves of ups and downs. So how well are you doing? How are you seeing your life? How are you feeling your life? There are 3 clues in the title that I said, 3 mental laws, which I want to just talk about. And if nobody joins me on this live, hopefully it's going to encourage you to comment when you watch the replay. So thanks for joining me. This is life-changing. This is powerful. Everything that I do works instantly if you do it. It takes discipline and determination to do it, with persistence to do it continually, but you'll notice the change straight away. And then if you do it every day, you'll make the change permanent. It's very easy for a hypnotist to make you feel good, and that's what I am, a corporate holistic clinical hypnotist. But then you've got to go back into your own life, haven't you? I can't come home with you. On stage, I can make you feel fantastic. If you came to me for a one-to-one session, you'd feel fantastic. Whatever you ask me for, I can give you as a program. But the trick is to go away and make it work for yourself. And that's where sometimes people fall flat, fall down. They let themselves down. They don't maintain the effort. They don't have the determination, the discipline. Maybe they haven't identified the motivation or the desire. And as I say, I made a presentation yesterday, and the 5 Ds were: make a decision that you want to change, define the change, create the desire, and then use determination and discipline to keep it going. So here's the first nugget of wisdom. Keep your mind on what you want. So first of all, you've got to know what you want. Know what you want to have, whether it's, I don't know, a new car, a new house, a new job, a new relationship, a new carpet, a new sofa, a bigger telly, a pet. You might want to have a thing, an object, or you might want to have an attitude or a personality. You might want to be more confident. I want to have more confidence, people say. I want to have more money. I want to have more happiness. I want to have more success. I want to have more respect, more self-esteem. I want to have the ability to do this. I want to have the ability to stop doing that. So what is it that you want to have? And be very clear about that. And keep your mind on that. Lots of people want something. They make New Year's resolutions. It's the 6th of January today. Quite often people have forgotten by the 6th of January what they said they wanted on the 1st of January, or when they made their New Year's resolution on New Year's Eve. They don't have that staying power. Lots of people buy gym equipment or gym membership, and then if it's a rowing machine, they hang their clothes on it. It becomes a very expensive clothes hanger. Quite often they have an exercise bike, and that's the same. They don't do it every day. They don't keep at it, and then they say, oh, that doesn't work. And it does work. It's you that's not making it work. And if you make it work, what you put in, you'll get out. Gym membership. If you sign up for a program, an educational program, a physical program, a yoga class, I want to learn to play the guitar, the piano, I learn to drive, whatever it is that you're going to do, you invest in it, invest in yourself, and then you've got to turn up and you've got to do the work. So know what it is that you want and keep your mind on what you want. And as I say, keep your mind on what you want until you move towards it and you ultimately get it. And don't be too tight. Don't be too limiting. Have an amazing imagination. Lift the lid on your imagination and ask for things that are really amazing. Don't dumb yourself down. Imagine that I had some gold dust and I sprinkled it on you, or I was a wizard. I've got a magic wand here. I do hypnosis for children, and that's my Harry Potter magic wand. Imagine if I had this magic wand, piff paff puff, abracadabra, and you could have anything. Imagine that I'm your genie. What would be your 3 wishes? What if I said to you, you could have 33 wishes, or 330 wishes, or 3 million wishes? Well, your subconscious mind is your genie, and whatever you put into it, whatever you ask it for, it will give you. Hi, Constantina. Thank you for watching. A couple of people join me now. You can sign yourself in and ask questions. But what is it that you really want out of your life? And don't be limited in what you ask. As I say, imagine you've just won the lottery and you can have anything that you want. Ask for what you want and then keep your mind on what you want. That's the first golden rule. That's the first mental law that I want to share with you. Know what you want and keep your mind on what you want. And the second law that goes hand in hand with that is keep your mind off what you fear. Keep your mind off what you don't want. Now that's quite difficult. It's easy, it's simple, but it's quite tough to not think about your fears. If you had a child or a mother that's alive and I said, don't think about your mum, don't think about your child, don't think about your dog, or don't think about anything, don't think about your car. You have to sort of think about it and then delete it. The minute it's mentioned, the minute it comes up into your conscious mind goes into the files in your hard drive, your subconscious mind, and starts to bring out all that information about the thing that you've put into your conscious mind. And if you're focusing and constantly worrying and anxious and stressed and tense and fearful about what you don't want to happen, you have anticipations about the worst outcomes of things that haven't even happened yet, you'll create a state of fear that limits your expressiveness and your magnificence. You are magnificent. You are magical. You are unlimited, but you'll limit yourself with fear thoughts or negative thoughts. And when you think about what you don't want, by the law of attraction, you'll attract to you what you don't want. Because the way it works is that whatever you think about grows. Where energy flows, energy grows. Where attention goes, energy flows as well. So what you put your attention on sends energy. You are a transmitter of energy and you excite the object that's in your imagination. That's just a mental picture, but it will move you towards the acquisition of that mental picture. We've got to train ourselves to create mental pictures and images consistent with the future that we want to create. People who are able to visualize their potential futures realize those potential futures. I'll say that again. If you visualize a potential future, you'll realize that whatever you put into your mind, you end up having a conversation with the universe, and the organizing intelligence of the universe will bring that into your reality if you hold it in your conscious mind long enough for the universe to organize itself around that want or need, that goal. But it can work against you if you're constantly thinking about what you fear. Because if you're thinking about what you fear, you're putting attention on that, you'll energize what you fear, and you'll manifest and attract what you fear. So you've got to be very diligent. You've got to be very, very careful that you don't put your attention on what you don't want and talk about what you don't want. And I mean, if you go to the pub or go to a coffee shop or go shopping or talking over the back fence or just talking with your friends and family, just listen and witness the negativity in the conversations. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, did you watch that on television? Oh, do you know this about that person? Gossip, gossip, gossip. Negativity, 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 doom and gloom. People moaning and complaining. And what they're focusing on, whilst they're in doom and gloom, gossip, negativity, they'll expand that. That becomes their life. What you'll find is that somebody who constantly thinks about frightening things sees the world in a fearful way, because they're actually projecting it out there. They're having a conversation, as I say, with the universe, and their world will become frightening. But if you're a happy person, you'll see a happy world, because that's what you're focusing on. Whatever you focus on, you create. Whatever you think about, you bring about. I'll say that again. Whatever you think about, you bring about, which is why the first golden rule is think about what you want, because you'll bring it about. And keep your mind off what you fear. Because if you think about what you fear, by the first rule, you'll manifest and bring about what you fear, and you don't want that. You've got to understand that these laws work whether you understand them or not, and they always will work, and they've always worked for you. Whatever you have focused upon has become, you've attracted to you, has become your reality. So if you think you can't get a job, you won't get a job. If you think you can't talk to this person and attract them to you for a domestic relationship, a personal relationship, or a romantic relationship, or a corporate relationship and contract, if you don't think you're worthy, if you don't see yourself, if you can't picture yourself with that person, with that job, in that relationship, with that contract, you'll never achieve it, because you can't perceive it. If you can't perceive it, you'll never achieve it. It all starts with mental pictures, which is why I teach visualization and self-hypnosis and mental programming. So the first golden rule, very simple, not easy, is think about what you want, and only think about what you want. And you've got to know what you want to think about it, because what you think about, you bring about. And if you think about what you want, you'll bring about what you want. And keep your mind off what you fear, because where attention goes, energy flows. And if you put your attention on what you don't want, the energy will flow into what you don't want, and you'll manifest it, you'll create it, you'll bring it into being. And you don't want that, so don't think about it. And the third golden rule, and I'll finish on this, is witness your thinking. Witness your thinking, because your thoughts are like a game. In the old days, you had a one-armed bandit. You put your penny or your 10p in a slot machine, pulled the arm, and then the tumblers spun, and you got 5 strawberries or 5 cherries or 5 bells or whatever the game was in the arcade. Now, if you didn't get what you wanted, you pull again until you get the 5 cherries, the 5 bells, the 5 strawberries, or the 5 wins, the winning line. You've got to do that with your thoughts. You've got to witness what you're thinking, and if you don't like the thought that's in your mind, just say next. Witness your thoughts, and if it's goal aligned, in other words, if it's a thought that moves you towards what you say you want to have, be, and do, then hold that thought. But if it's a fear thought, thinking about the past, regretting the past, or overanalyzing negativity from the past, or stress, tension, fear, and anxiety, anticipation negatively about the future, just say next. Train your mind to only hold positive thoughts. Use what's called the law of substitution, and substitute a negative thought or an unhelpful thought for a positive one. Train your mind with discipline and determination to only focus on the solution to a problem and not the problem. If you focus on the problem expands by the law of attention. Whatever you put your attention on grows. What you think about, you bring about. If you think about the problem, you'll generate more problems. If you think about the solution, you'll be solution orientated, and you'll come up with wise answers. And to get all your wishes answered by your genie, your genius subconscious mind, train your subconscious mind to be your servant. Don't be a slave to your mind. Don't be a slave to your thoughts. Don't be a victim to your thoughts. Be a victor. By only thinking about what you want, refusing to entertain any thoughts about what you don't want, keep your mind off them and witness your thinking. If you can witness your thinking and become mindful of your thoughts, then that will determine where your energy goes, where your energy flows, and what you create in your wonderful new year 2022, where you can become a new you. Now, if there's anything that I've said that's interesting, and I know it is, even though it might be challenging, this new concept of making your mind your slave rather than it controlling you. We don't want the tail to wag the dog. You're the dog, and you can wag your tail, which is your subconscious mind. When you become a master of your mind, you become a master of yourself and a master of your life. It's a really good place to be. And that's what I'm all about, Mr. G, on Mr. G TV, sharing this stuff for free. But if you want a session, there's a fee. But I'm teaching mindfulness and meditation. We're at session 3 at the moment. I posted it on January the 1st of meditation training. Very simple, but you've got to do it. You've got to have that determination and discipline where you'll become a mental master, a master of your mind. And if that interests you, then do that. Feed it back to me. You can talk to me personally. You can message me on any of the contact details where you're viewing this presentation, or email me at mike@mrmikegon.com. But if you become a mental master, if you think about what you want, keep your mind off what you fear and witness your thinking, you'll have far more happiness, health and success in life and business. And that's what I wish for you during 2022. Be powerful, enjoy your mind. Check back for more from me. God bless.